Well, hello there. I am so glad you've joined me today. So, you want to master the past simple? Actually, it's easier than you think. You see, we're going to do this together, like friends. Over the next 10 minutes, we will unlock the secrets of talking about your memories, your experiences, and your life stories. Take a breath. We've got this. Every word we learn is a step toward your fluency. I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So, let's begin. Imagine yourself speaking English with total confidence. That journey starts right now. Every minute you spend here is an investment in your future self. The past simple is for actions that are finished, over, done. It's like a photograph of a moment that has passed. You see, we use it when we know exactly when something happened. Yesterday, last week, in 1995. It's a specific point in time. In the past, if the action is completed and the time is over, the past simple is your best friend. Imagine you're putting a box on a shelf. It's finished and it stays there. That is the past simple. Simple, clear, and complete. It gives your listener a clear picture of when your story happened. This clarity is what makes a great storyteller. So let's look at the rules for our regular verbs. Well, for most, we just add ed. Walk becomes walked. But wait, if the verb ends in e like dance, we just add d, danced. Now, pay attention to study. The y changes to I, studied. And for short verbs like stop, we double that consonant, stopped. You must remember these little details to write like a pro. Think of it like a recipe. If you skip one small ingredient, the result isn't quite right. Well, we want your English to be perfect. So, take a moment to look at these patterns. They are the foundation of everything else. Each rule is a tool in your belt, helping you build a stronger language house. Actually, before we go further, we have to talk about the most important verb in English, the verb to be. It doesn't use ed. It's special. For I, he, she, and it, we use was. I was happy. She was at home. But for you, we, and they, we use were. They were late. We were so excited. You see, this is the heart of English. It's the verb that describes who we were and where we were. Well, it's the only verb that changes like this in the past. So once you learn it, you're ahead of the game. It's about identity and state of being. Remember, I was, you were. Say it with me. Perfect. This verb is the foundation of describing existence. Actually, the pronunciation is where the magic happens. Listen closely. There are 3 different sounds. If a word ends in a voiceless sound, like P or K, that ed sounds like a sharp T. Looked, helped, practiced. If it ends in a voiced sound, it's a soft D. Loved, played, cleaned. And for words ending in T or D, well, we add a whole extra syllable. Wanted, decided, started. Can you hear the difference? You see, it makes you sound so much more natural and confident. Don't rush these sounds. Let them breathe. A coach always listens to the small details, and so should you. It's the music of the language. Mastery of these sounds is what separates a student from a speaker. Now, English loves to be tricky. Not every verb follows the rules. Well, welcome to the world of irregular verbs. These are the rebels. They don't want your ed. Go becomes went. Eat becomes ate. Buy becomes bought. See becomes saw. There is no secret formula here, my friend. You see, you just have to spend time with them, memorize them, read them out loud, write them in your journal. They are the keys to the kingdom of English conversation. Well, even native speakers make mistakes here sometimes, so don't be afraid. Just keep going. One verb at a time. Think of them as individual characters in a story, each with their own unique personality and history. Well, how do we tell people when something happened? We use time expressions. You see, words like yesterday, last week, or 2 years ago are your roadmap. Last is for the most recent period. Last night, last month. Ago is used after the time. 3 days ago, 5 minutes ago, and for years, we use in 2022. Actually, these words are the markers that tell your listener exactly where we are on the timeline. Without them, your story is lost in time. So, always include your roadmap. They provide the context that makes your communication clear and effective. Imagine trying to drive without signs. That's what a story without time markers feels like. So, how do we ask a question or say no? We use our helper, did. And here is the most important rule of the day. When did arrives, the main verb stays in its normal base form. We don't say, did you saw? No, we say, did you see? I didn't go. She didn't like it. The did already carries the past tense. You must let the main verb rest. One past tense marker is enough. You see, it's a team effort. Did does the heavy lifting, and the verb just relaxes. Remember this, and you'll avoid the most common mistake in English. It's the did that does the work. So let it be the star of the show. Well, now you have the basic blocks, but how do we build bigger sentences? Actually, we use connectors. Because, so, and when. I went home because it was late. It rained, so we stayed inside. When I saw him, I waved. You see, this is how you make your English flow. It's about building bridges between your actions. Well, don't just say short sentences. Connect them. It makes your story so much more interesting to listen to. Use these words to weave your thoughts together into a beautiful tapestry of language. It's the next level of your journey. Now it's your turn. You see, practice is the key to mastery. I'm going to give you a sentence, and I want you to say the past form out loud. Ready? Yesterday, I watched a movie. Well, did you say watched? Excellent. Let's try another. They go to the park. Go ahead. They went. Perfect. One more. Did you eat breakfast? That's right. It stays eat because of did. You're doing amazing. Actually, I can feel your confidence growing with every sentence. Keep it up. This is where the learning becomes part of you. You're doing the hard work, and it's paying off. Well, look at you. You just finished a 10-minute masterclass. We covered the rules, the sounds, the rebels, and the magic of did. You see? You are already more confident than you were 10 minutes ago. Mastery is a journey, not a destination. It's about showing up every day. So keep practicing, keep listening, and keep speaking. I am so incredibly proud of the work you did today. You are a star. Well, I'll see you in our next lesson. Goodbye for now, my friend. Keep that English spirit high and never stop learning. You've got the power now.